You know, we spend about a third of our entire lives completely unconscious, asleep. We tend to think of it as our bodies just shutting down for the night. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? That sleep is actually one of the most important active things we do. It's this incredible hidden world of biological maintenance and virtual reality. A world that scientists are now on the verge of not just understanding, but controlling.
So, let's just jump right in with a crazy question. What if you could get all the benefits of a perfect night's sleep without ever having to go to bed? It sounds like something out of a movie, I know, but this is the very question that's driving some of the most exciting research happening today. And it's going to be our guide as we explore what's really going on when we turn out the lights.
Okay, first things first. Before we get to dreaming and, hacking our own biology, let's talk about the #1 absolutely non-negotiable job that sleep has to do. Think of it as your brain's elite overnight cleanup crew.
That's right. Your brain isn't just resting, it's cleaning. A truly groundbreaking experiment back in 2013 gave us this amazing, real-time window into the brain of a sleeping mouse. And what researchers saw was that as soon as the brain enters sleep mode, this incredible cleaning process kicks into high gear.
And the numbers here are just mind-boggling. What happens is the spaces between your brain cells actually get bigger, allowing this fluid to rush through and literally power wash all the toxic gunk that builds up during the day. This system becomes a staggering 160% more efficient when you're asleep compared to when you're awake.
So what's the most dangerous piece of trash this system is hauling out? Well, it's a nasty little protein called beta amyloid. And you've probably heard of it, because when this stuff doesn't get cleared out properly, night after night, it clumps together, forming those infamous plaques that are directly linked to horrible diseases like Alzheimer's. So here's the main takeaway from all this. Getting a full, quality night's sleep isn't a luxury. It's not about being lazy. It is an active, powerful defense system that is crucial for your long-term brain health. It's non-negotiable.
Okay, so that's the cleanup crew. But that's just the first act of the show. Because at the same time, your brain is also turning into a full-blown movie studio, a flight simulator, and a rehearsal space. And you're the star.
You see, sleep isn't just one thing. It's split into two main parts. About 80% of the night is this deep, slow-wave sleep. That's mainly for your body, repairing muscle, releasing hormones, that kind of stuff. But the other 20%, that's REM sleep, for rapid eye movement. And that's where things get really weird and interesting.
And get this, one of the coolest theories out there is about why babies spend so much time in REM sleep, like half of their total sleep time. The idea is that it's basically a built-in virtual reality simulator. It's running programs and building neural pathways for a world they haven't even really seen yet.
And here's how real this simulation is to your brain. Back in the 60s, scientists proved that when you're in REM sleep, your eyes are literally following the action in your dream. If you dream you're watching a tennis match, your eyes move back and forth. If you dream you're climbing a ladder, they move up and down. You're literally watching the movie inside your head.
So during all this intense dream action, your brain does something incredibly smart. It paralyzes most of your muscles so you don't, try to actually run away from the dream monster. It's a great safety feature. But sometimes the timing gets a little mixed up. The system has a glitch.
And that glitch is what we call sleep paralysis. It's just a simple timing error. Your conscious mind boots up a few seconds before your body gets the all-clear signal to move again. So you have this terrifying moment of being awake but unable to move. It feels like forever, but it's really just a brief system lag.
All right, so sleep is a janitor and a movie director. It cleans our brains and it runs complex simulations. Knowing all that, you can probably see where science is going next, right? The big question is, can we get all these incredible benefits without spending a third of our lives unconscious?
This is the idea that's pushing researchers into some really wild sci-fi territory. We're moving past just trying to understand sleep and into the world of deconstructing it, packaging its best parts, and basically, hacking it.
And right now, the attack is coming from 3 different directions. There's the chemical approach. Think of a pill that handles the brain cleaning for you. There's the physical approach, maybe using targeted light to trigger specific sleep states. And then there's the digital one, which gets into things like, yes, recording your dreams.
Just imagine that for a second. Instead of 8 hours in bed, you just take a pill. It flips the molecular switch that starts the cleaning cycle, washes away all that beta amyloid, and you just keep going with your day. That could completely change how we approach preventing brain diseases.
Then you've got the digital angle, which is just as mind-bending. In a really cool study from Japan,
Researchers used an AI to read people's brainwaves while they were dreaming. And get this, the AI was able to predict what category of thing the person was seeing in their dream with up to 70% accuracy. That's a huge leap over just random guessing.
So, could we one day record our dreams like a movie? The science suggests it's within the realm of possibility. We can already detect basic visuals. But, and it's a big but, these experiments are unbelievably expensive. The cost is so immense that progress in this area has pretty much stalled for now.
But all of that, the pills, the light therapy, the dream recorders, that's all about optimizing the functions of sleep. The most radical ideas being kicked around go way beyond that. They're about trying to rewrite our fundamental biological need for sleep in the first place.
See, the thinking is that your personal sleep setting, whether you need 7 hours or 9 hours, is actually written into your DNA in a set of what are called clock genes. So the ultimate goal, the true frontier, is to map those genes and then use something like CRISPR to simply edit them.
Now, the goal probably wouldn't be to eliminate sleep entirely, but what if you could just turn it down? Engineer yourself to need, say, 5 hours of sleep instead of 8, with absolutely no negative side effects. All of a sudden, you've just been gifted an extra 12% to your day, every single day.
And I want you to just let that sink in. This is not just about having more time to work or watch TV. Over the course of a lifetime, we are talking about adding years, maybe even a decade or more, of conscious, active, productive time to your life. It would fundamentally change the human experience.
Which leaves us with one last massive question. If we could actually solve sleep, if we could remove one of the most fundamental biological limits we have, what would we do with all that extra time? What would we create? What would we learn? What would we become if the night was no longer off limits? The answer could really redefine what it even means to be human.